What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, here we go. We're going in with the better of the two side banner units, which would be the Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS and PICCOLO. As you guys can clearly see, I have this unit at 69%, same as the Nova and Ice Shenron. But this one is drastically better of a unit than the Nova and Ice. So let's just jump right on in. You guys know where we go for our showcases. Legendary Vegeta event, because it's a balanced enough event to the point where we can see what kind of damage he can take, as well as how much he can deal out. So we're aiming for a specific rotation. We didn't get it yet, but we might get it next rotation, so I'm actually going to flop this around. Yes, we did bring these guys. I know they don't fit the team, but they're there because they're links, and I wanted to try to get a specific link set up. So that's why they're here. I wanted to try to get as many of his links active as I physically could. We're not showcasing this GOTENKS. This GOTENKS is a beast, but we're not showcasing this one, as you can see. Alright. Let's see what we got here. If we rotate them off, they'll slide onto that rotation with, okay, yeah, they should slide onto that rotation perfect next turn. So we're just going to go like this. And go like this. And also, I forgot to mention, I probably should mention that these guys do have two separate super attacks. From 9 to 11 key, they do the Charging Ultra Boo Boo Volleyball, which raises the attack stat by, I think, 30%. 20 or 30%, I don't know off the top of my head. And there's Vice Shout at 12 key, which raises defense. But there's a high chance of randomly changing the key spheres to rainbow key spheres. Plus, they give an additional 50% attack and launches an additional super attack. There's a high chance of becoming a super attack when key is 12 or less. So if you give them 11 key, they're guaranteed, almost guaranteed, 2 supers. You give them, I prefer to give them 12 key, to be honest, because allow them to get that defensive buff, and then if they hit a secondary super, it raises their attack stat. I didn't check their stats there, if you notice, because they really don't have, I mean, they were on screen, so if you guys really want to check them out, you can go back, pause it, and watch it. But they really don't have their best links active, so I really don't want to see that until later. I probably should have, now that I'm thinking about it, because they're going to get their defense raised after this turn, well, during this turn. Unless if these two, Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, the Z-Boys, unless if they completely obliterate this turn, which is probably going to happen, because this is a 200% showcase, unlike the Shenron one, which is only a 320% showcase, but I really don't think it'll make that much of a difference. Or, did I say 320? A 170 showcase. Yeah, they're going to finish them off. Okay, yeah. So the GOTENKS and PICCOLO aren't even going to get the chance to show out. Okay. So, we're going to rotate like this again. Only because I kind of want to keep these two on rotation first before I worry about getting a support unit in. I want to see if I can get the max, all of the links stacked as physically much as possible on their first rotation. You know what I mean? I want to see what that looks like before I worry about, oh, let's see if we can get a support unit on. Let's see if we can do whatever. These guys they literally, I think, have 60% from Connected Hope right now. I think that's about all they have. So I'm not too worried about them. I just got to make sure they don't get hit by an attack. I brought him for the defensive support because I want to see how high I can get their defensive stat. Okay. Next rotation we have this, so let's just go like this real fast. And I brought this Gohan because technically those guys are part of the Entrusted Will category, so they'll get the additional Key 2 and 30% to attack. So it'll be Key 2, 30% to attack, I think, and 50% to defense when he's on rotation with them, which is kind of really, really good. So that's more or less why I wanted them on him on this team. Okay, we should have the good rotation right now, which we do. These guys at the end are going to take some hits, so I'm actually kind of a little worried defensively, but as long as if they super in slot 1, if the Vegeta supers in slot this here and hits the GOTENKS, we should be okay. But turn 1, these guys have not attacked yet, they haven't done anything. They've got 6 of their 7 links active, the only one they're missing is solid support, which would do what? 15% attack and negative 20% defense enemy. So not a whole lot of really anything necessary. Let's give them these 8 key spheres. I understand I probably could have given that to the Goten and Trunks there on the end to see what they could really do, but I'm not too worried about that. So they are sitting at 320,000 attack and 97,000 defense. Again, like I said, they get better when they're attacking. They get an additional 150 when performing a super, an additional 50% if they have 11 key or less. So if they do 2 attacks this turn, they'll get an additional 200% attack and 150% defense. Plus, they'll raise their defense on their super, and then if they do an additional super, they'll raise their attack on that said super as well. Okay, good. They're supering him so he can dodge that. Perfect. Let's see what their first super attack looks like. 3.7 mil already. Mind you, this is only 6 links. Okay, so 3.7 mil, turn 1. Not terrible. And that is with no support on rotation either. I expected us to take damage, that's why I'm not too worried about it. Mitch will take that, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to rotate the Gohan off. Actually, we're going to do that, because I want to try to get the Gohan on rotation with them. I don't know who's going to be... Ooh, the Z-Boys are going to be lined up next rotation with the Piccolo and Gotenks. Okay, let's see. I kind of want to give these guys a little more of a showcase, because they do raise their attack and defense on their supers. I was hoping to get a double super out of them, so that you guys can see both the super attacks, and see how good this unit actually can be. I think, technically, if they do their 12 key super and they get an additional super which triggers the 9 key, it would then again trigger the passive to give them the 50% attack plus also the high chance of doing a 3rd super. So you can do a defense raising and then 2 additional supers that raise attack as well. So you could theoretically get 3 supers and buff up their stats drastically in back-to-back turns if everything falls right, or in one turn if everything falls right. Okay, let's see what we got here. We did get the good rotation. Alright. So we're going to go like this. Like this. And next rotation we should have the Gohan on with these guys, which is what I'm aiming for. As you can see now they're up to 126,000 defense off of 1 super attack. Went up by 30k. Plus again, like I said, they do get the additional 150 to attack and defense when they perform that super. So that's a major benefit to us for this unit. Let's see what these guys got. Hopefully this Gotenks doesn't finish off this Vegeta though. He does have type advantage. But it says a 12 key, it's not his 11 key, which is a stronger one. Okay. You're gonna dodge or nope, you're gonna actually take this super. Let's see what he takes it for. Not terrible. That you dodge. 3.4 again, which is like I said, that's expected. They're raising their defense on their super attack. I could be aiming for attack raising, but I haven't been. I've been raising their defense. Alright. Which I prefer to raise their defense, to be honest. I've always been one of those where I'd rather go an extra 2 or 3 turns because I stacked my defense up versus raising my attack to a limit where I could one-shot the event, but also die because I'm a glass cannon. You know what I mean? It's one of those weird situations where, I mean, I could see both sides. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I could see both sides completely. Especially if there's a mission for beating him under a certain amount of turns. I definitely agree with the going offensive. But I also see the mindset of going a little more defensive and having that extra chance to not die. So let's actually go like this. Because I kind of want to make sure that I get as many super attacks off on this Vegeta so that the Gotenks and Trunks don't die at the end. I brought them because I thought they'd be better links, but all they give is prodigies. Which isn't... I mean, it's a good link, but it's not great. It's not going to make or break the team is what I'm trying to get at. Or it's not going to make or break the unit, more or less. Hopefully if this Vegeta supers, he supers one of these guys. Because the 17 has high defense, and so does now the Z-Boys. Which the Z-Boys are pretty much like the best unit for any Majin Buu Saga category you would want to run. So, if you're going to do a showcase or run a unit, just run it with those boys. Oh yeah, but I forgot. If you guys like what you see so far, make sure to like the video as well. Because I'm kind of showing you something pretty dope, I think. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm just being a little dumb here. But if you guys like what you see, make sure to like the video as well as subscribe to the channel below, which would be mine. Hit that big red subscribe button. We're on our way to 300 subscribers as of me recording this. Hopefully we can get to maybe 500 before the end of the anniversary. And we're getting supered. We might die here. Let's see. Oh, no, not even close. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is the ideal rotation. This is legitimately the most ideal rotation we can get, because we have the defensive Gohan, who gives Superclass allies defense 50 plus an additional Ki 2 and 30% for Entrusted Will category Superclass, which these guys fit Entrusted Will. So they get 30% to attack. Does this one fit too? No, not you. Does this one fit too? Entrusted Will? He does, so he gets the buff too. Let me grab these key spheres real fast. I said quack and fast at the same time. Or quick and fast. So they're sitting at about 200k defense, which again isn't terrible. It's not great per se, but again, when they super, they get 150, so their stats skyrocket a little bit. And they're sitting at about 337,000 attack. This probably isn't the best event for me to be showcasing what they can do, because you need a longer event, which, I mean, yeah, this event is kind of long, but the team we're using is kind of busted as well. Which you kind of really need, though. You really need a good team to, because you want to showcase a unit in their best case scenario at their best possible opportunity. 3.9 this time because of the support unit, which isn't terrible. I'm hoping they'll get an additional super here. Come on, additional super. Nope. Okay. Well, as you can see, that's probably the best we're going to get out of that unit. Right there is about 3.9 million, which isn't terrible. It's not the most ideal. They're not the offensive unit most people probably wanted to see. They could be very defensive, as you can see, because you could just gradually stack your defense, turn in and turn out. But I also probably could have put on some support items, or not support items, I'm sorry, hidden potential items that increase their chances of hitting additionals. But I don't have any of them on right now because I wanted to see these units without those buffs first. But that's probably going to be it, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And see you guys then. Later.